Welcome to another episode of Friday Morning Coffee. I'm Mike Ferrell, and today we're going to talk about client experiences. I recently had both good and bad experiences, and I'd like to talk a little bit about the comparison of the two and why it's important to focus on client experiences in your business. As many of you know that are in the Twin Cities area, or as probably all of you know that are in the Twin Cities area, and many of others know that the Minnesota Twins are the local baseball team here, and this year they opened up a brand new facility called Target Field. And I had the opportunity to attend several games at Target Field, and it really was an incredible client experience. It was the views, the stadium, the way it's set up, the seating, really the feel of the ballpark, all of those kinds of things. But beyond that, the customer service, whether you were going through a concession stand or whether you were purchasing, Twins gear or whatever the case may be, or whether you were just trying to get information, they had a great staff and great support people that really made that experience a great experience. The other thing that they did was they brought in local food specialties that a lot of the people in the Twin Cities know of and are fond of, and incorporated those into their concession stands. So the food at the ballpark, normally you think of stadium food as being not very good. The food at the ballpark was absolutely fantastic. And so overall it was just a fantastic client experience, and obviously they did something right because they sold out the ballpark every single game, 81 games over the course of the season. Now that, in contrast to last week, I had an opportunity to go to opening night of the NBA with a local team here, and I won't name names, but anyhow, I had an opportunity to go to that arena for opening night of the NBA. And this particular team has not been very good over the last several years, and this year they brought in a whole bunch of new faces on the team. They had a pretty successful preseason, and so I thought, I'll give them another shot. I actually had been a season ticket holder for them back in the early years when they were here in town, and had dropped my season ticket several years ago. And so I thought, well, you know what, I'll give them another chance, and I'll go to the arena for opening night to see this new team play, and maybe they generate some excitement, and it might be kind of fun to go see them again this year. As I got to the arena, the first thing that happened as we got into the arena, the friend of mine that I was with, we decided we wanted to get something to eat. And so we went to a concession stand, and the concession stand had signage all around it talking about barbecue. And he wanted a barbecue sandwich. And so he walked up to the counter and ordered a barbecue sandwich. And the woman behind the counter said, "Oh, well, we don't have barbecue here." And he said, "Well, what do you mean? You've got barbecue signs all over the concession stand." She said, "Yeah, we haven't done barbecue here in 2 years." So that was our first impression. Second impression, we got to our seats, and our seats were in the corner of the arena. And in order to actually see the court, I actually had to sit sideways. Fortunately, nobody was sitting next to me. I actually had to sit sideways to be able to look out on the court. The seating arrangement in those corners was just absolutely horrendous. Then, shortly thereafter, I went back up to the concession stand to get something to drink, and there were two people ahead of me in the concession stand. And as I kind of observed what was going on in the concession stand, it was pretty obvious that the person that was taking the order was also responsible for pulling it together, so getting whatever they had ordered, whatever food items they had ordered, and bringing them back to the person. It was incredibly inefficient. The woman that was running the cash register in the line that I was in, the person that was standing at the register had ordered a hot dog. It literally took her 5 minutes to go back, get the hot dog, get it ready, and bring it back to the counter. I stood there for over 10 minutes waiting to get something to drink, and there were only two people in front of me. This was the kind of experience that I was now getting in this. I was willing to give this, team with new faces and some new excitement and that kind of thing a chance, but this was the surrounding experience that I was getting. Now, at that point, I had pretty much made the decision that, you know what, I don't need to come back here. I don't care what the team does. It's the overall experience that I had in that arena that drove me away. And it really, as you think about that from your business, think about what it is you do in all facets of your business. What is it you do that impacts your clients and your customers, and what kind of experience are you providing them? And really dig in and look at what are the things that really drive that great client experience versus one of the very small things that could break that client experience. Even things as simple as answering the phone. How do you answer the phone? There's a great book out there, and again, over my left shoulder, you can see that it's this week's featured book called Broken Business, Broken Windows by Michael Levine. And it really talks about those little things and a combination of how those little things can add up to big things in making clients and customers go elsewhere. So client experience is the topic of the day today, and certainly as you're looking at your business, make sure that you're looking at that client experience and what you're doing to make it a good, positive experience for your customers. Have a great Friday, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week on Friday Morning Coffee.